Welcome to the Anti-Tech Channel, where we believe that modern technology and industrialization are causing basically all of humanity's problems. The topic today is why the population crisis, which is happening in industrialized economies, will accelerate automation and AI's implementation into the workforce. To be clear, we do not support AI and automation taking real people's jobs. That is not something we support. However, this video is here to explain why AI will be implemented quicker than people think. And even if people oppose it, so let's say a business owner says, well, I don't want to implement automation, I don't want to implement AI, why he will implement AI and automation in the long run, because they're just, practically speaking, will not be enough workers to fill the roles that need to be filled. So let's get into the population crisis first. So why is this population crisis happening? Well, to be concise, in industrialized economies, people move from the farm into the city. In the farm, children are profitable, they can help out. In the city, well, they're a big expense. So gradually, people have less and less kids. And there are various other reasons why, but that's the biggest reason. It's just not profitable anymore to have children. This population crisis, at least in developed industrialized economies, will be far, far worse than the bubonic plague. Take, for example, South Korea, where the birth rate is the lowest in the world. For every woman of childbearing age, she will have less than one child. To put that into perspective, and you start at generation 1 with 100 people, at generation 4, you'll have less than 5. So the population crash is so severe that in some areas, it will be over 90%. There's also a very big event happening in conjunction to the population crisis, perhaps even bigger, and that's the Boomageddon. The Boomageddon. So what's the Boomageddon? Well, in developed nations, in industrialized societies, the boomers are the biggest generation to ever exist. So you have these two things happening at once. You have people having less and less children at a faster and faster rate, and then you have the biggest generation that the Western world has ever seen retiring en masse. So you have a large group of people that would need to be supported at an elderly age, and then you have people that will not be able to work because they just won't exist. They just won't exist. But at the same time, if you have a large group of baby boomers retiring, they will still need services to stay alive for their medication, their food. So the demand increases, however, the amount of workers decrease. The current levels of immigration, assuming all the new immigrants get jobs and replace the baby boomers, isn't even suffice to replace the amount of baby boomers retiring. In addition, not only would they have to replace the baby boomers, but they would have to support a dependency class that is no longer working, but dependent on the people that are working. So you can probably see where I'm going with this. You have a big group of people that needs to be supported, and you have a smaller group of people who can support the bigger group. In the long run, this isn't possible. The baby boomers are too big of a generation, and the new generation is too small for the system to work. However, technology finds a solution. To be clear, we do not support modern technology. Again, we do not support AI taking jobs. We are simply stating why it will happen quicker than most people think, and because it's a necessity for the system, the industrialized society. Over time, AI and automation will become the obvious solution. Japanese society, in some ways, has already automized some of its society. Vending machines are extremely popular. Of course, these are just vending machines, but they provide a greater glimpse of what is to come in a almost post-human society. I don't know how else to describe it. Just a society where there's just not enough people to work. and you have an increased reliance on robotics. Right now, the biggest labor shortages are not in white-collar positions, they're in blue-collar positions. While many people struggle to find white-collar jobs, blue-collar jobs cannot find barely anybody. And this is for two reasons. One, AI has been more successful in replacing white-collar jobs. And two, you have the most educated generation in Western history, and they got a degree, so they want to use their degree, so they're less attracted to blue-collar jobs. So while there's intense competition for white-collar jobs, it's very difficult to find truck drivers, plumbers, electricians, and etc. So what are my predictions? And how does this demographic crisis and automation acceleration play out over the next coming decades? So white-collar jobs will be implemented at an accelerating speed, replacing the entry-level jobs and working the way up to the top-level positions. The blue-collar jobs will be replaced more slowly, but those are the ones that need to be replaced the most. The first blue-collar jobs that will be replaced will be the Uber drivers and the factory workers. The factory workers will be replaced by Tesla robots, and the Uber drivers will be replaced by self-driving cars. In the next coming decades, truck drivers will be replaced by an ever-advanced self-driving truck, which is able to dock and then drive by itself. Of course, truck drivers will still be needed to some extent because there will be places that AI won't be advanced enough to go yet, but in the long run, they will be replaced as well. Like I said before, you might have holdouts where the truck company does not want to replace its workers, but they simply will not be able to find any. So I hope you enjoyed this video of why the demographic crisis will accelerate AI and automation's implementation. I want you to know that we do not support it, but we're just reporting why it will. I really appreciate the support we've gotten for the channel so far. This is my first month in the channel, and so far we're close to 40 subscribers, and we've had amazing commentary and engagement so far, and I'm extremely grateful for that. I'm extremely grateful for you to watch this video and comment and like. So we're ecstatic. This first month has been amazing, and we're so grateful for you guys. Thank you so much. Bye.